Hi everybody. I know it's been some days since I uploaded a video. I apologize because I know I said I was going to be doing better with that. Um it's hot. I want to take this little hoodie off. But I got on a tank top. Like to me it's like it's showing too much. I want you to, like see me and not so much as see my body parts, like I'm not trying to get that type of attention. It's a time and a place for everything. I'm not trying to get that from my subscribers. So like how y'all been doing? I thank you for the 6 subscribers that I have, and I praise God that those numbers are gonna start multiplying. I know like a lot of people that I watch on YouTube, especially the people that I like watch daily, and a lot of them they tell their stories about when they first got started. I even, like I go back and I watch people videos from like when they first started, and everybody say the same thing, that you got to be consistent and don't give up and get sad and depressed about when you're it's like you're watching this, like the saying that watching a pot of water, it's not gonna make it boil. The more you watch it, it seems like the longer it's gonna take to for the water to boil. And it's the same way when it comes to, like having these platforms on social media. Like say you go and you post a story, and your story is a picture or so, just anything, whether it's a post, is something that you have written, it's literature, a picture, whatever. And it's like you go back to see how many people have, like watched your posts. And then another thing is that you go back and you check it, and you see that, let's say you get like 250 views, but only 3 people have liked it. And it's like I'm learning to detach myself from other people's decisions, opinions about me. When a person decides not to support me, I'm learning to detach myself from it. I don't have to I don't have to attach myself to somebody rejecting me, because for real, to me, it's your loss. Especially if I'm my intentions are good with you, I'm showing unconditional love to you. Um I'm showing respect, because number one, I respect myself first. So if I respect myself, I have room to respect others. People that don't respect themselves, you really just, you can't, you're setting yourself up when a person does not respect themselves and you want them to respect you. I see, like I used to be like, have the biggest thing with, like my idea of love was just so twisted and scary, because you know, being being molested by my own dad, my head was so messed up. I was so messed up when it came to love. Like I used to put up with so much abuse from men, and just in relationships, because I have to say relationships period, because I wasn't just with men, like it got to a point in my life where I just was like, like it's a trick of the enemy, a trick of the devil, that's like, okay, men done hurt you, so you need to leave them alone and you need to be with a woman. And it didn't matter, because it was coming from me. It was coming from me. I was not loving myself. And if you do not love yourself, you don't have the capacity to love anybody else. You don't. Self love, you're not going to love other people. You're not going to love other people. And I was a person that would just like, one of my love languages is to, my love language is like buying gifts, um, like spoiling people. Like I nurture and I spoil you, like people that I love. That's like my love language is to like, like lavish you with gifts and, like things like that. I'm a touchy feely person. Like I'll give you hugs, you know, I'll encourage you, give you, like just load you up with just, like, hey, you're a wonderful person. I'm proud of you. I believe in you. And I back it up with actions. If I tell you that I believe in you, I'm not just going to tell you that. If you got something going on, I'm going to be involved. And that's how you show a person how you feel about them. So I'll show you, like I'm good on that. I'm big on that. And I would allow for people to not show me that they love me, that they supported me, that they believed in me. And I would just let them tell me that. And then there's no action. And then I would be disappointed. It's like being empty because my needs are never being met. But I'm giving, 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 giving. And nobody's never filling me up. And by the time I go to God, I'm just like, so empty. And he had to tell me, like, Nicole, you got to stop. You got to stop. These people, they're never going to appreciate you if you do not hold people accountable for how they treat you. Don't let a person just do you any kind of way. Or I would be like, I was, like I was with this one man, I was with him for, like 3 years. And he didn't want to commit, but yet I was committed to him, you know? And like when holidays came, like our birthdays and Christmas and stuff, so like we giving each other gifts. And I would be like on other gifts, like on other holidays, it would be like Father's Day. I would come up. We know Father's Day is after Mother's Day, so Mother's Day would come and he wouldn't give me a gift. But yet on Father's Day, I would just disregard that he didn't even give me a gift, and I would still give him a gift. Like that was okay. Like that was showing him that you don't have to do nothing. She's always going to come with a gift. She's always going to go the extra mile. I remember one day I had given him a massage, and like I'm good with massages. And one day he said something about, I don't know, I think I asked him something about, do he go and get massages? He said something, and he was saying something like, I got my own personal masseuse. And it made me think, oh, he expects it. He expects it. He feels entitled to it because of all my giving. It's like, yeah, just give me everything. And I remember somebody said to me, I asked them, did they want something? They was like, yeah, just give me everything in your house. And I had to think about it later on. Like, did you hear what they said to you? Yeah, give me everything you got. And I would be like giving out these gifts. And, even since I've been here in Washington and sending gifts home to Virginia, was anybody sending any gifts back to me? I was like, hey, man, you got to cut that out. Like, I don't know who's ever watching me. I feel like you watching me for a reason. Like, don't just keep pouring everything out into a person and they're not pouring in, especially if they're in a position to. If a person having a hard time and they don't have anything to give you, man, these people that I was linked up with, they won't have no hard time. They won't have no hard time. No, especially the man that I was with, he wasn't having a hard time. He had more money than he thought. The money that he had, I knew it was chump change money that he would spend when he would spend on me. And it wouldn't be like, it wouldn't be cheap, but yet it's still cheap to him because, even though he would think that I didn't know how financially stable he was, I just never said anything. And he may watch the video, but I just wouldn't say anything. And a lot of times I would just be doing stuff out of unconditional love, just doing out of unconditional love. Yeah, you can love people unconditionally, but no more of that. I stopped doing that. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you happy Father's Day the same way you tell me happy Mother's Day. I ain't ready to give you no gift. I'm just gonna tell you, yep, that's it. And it's like, golly, like it's like putting handcuffs on me because that's my personality, like that's my love language. But I had to, like, yeah, hey, if you put the cuffs on me, then the cuffs is on it, because if you're not reciprocating what I give to you in a friendship or even a relationship, that, like my man, no, I'm not doing that no more. And I stopped doing it. I even stopped doing it with family members too. I would be like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do that. And if I'm always calling you, and every time I call you, I'm always the one that's extending the phone call, I started pulling and it's some people now, like, I'm pulling myself back, where I'm not calling. I'm not calling. Hey, how you doing? I just want to check up on you. I'm always checking up on you. You never checking up on me. Or, hey, look, let me pray for you. Let me pray a blessing over you. But nobody's praying blessings over me but me. You know? No. Like, sometimes you got to change your circle. And that's very vital. Like, I don't want to be around a whole bunch of people where they're mooching off of you. Right? A bunch of leeches just sucking you dry, sucking your energy dry. Like, you're always giving up ideas. You're always, the campaign runner for them. You're always the cheerleader. And who's cheerleading for you? Who's cheering you on? Who's cheering you on? Man, I'm telling you, man, God, like, he really have really, like, I've been in Seattle for, I got here March 27th, 2022. So I've been here, is it this week right here? Yeah, this week makes 15 months that I've been here. And when I tell you that God he has really, like, built me up and strengthened me and given me, like, more wisdom than what I already had. I don't even know if, yeah, I did need more wisdom, but I needed to utilize the wisdom that I had. I needed to stop being blinded by love. What I'm thinking is love. It's not love when people treat you like that. But like, you have to hold yourself accountable as well, because how are you teaching people to treat you? Are you teaching people to give you the least that they can give you, the least time? Like, even now, like, if me and you are friends, if you're friends with someone, how is it that your friends can't give you 30 minutes of their time when you start a business and you do a launch? How is that your friend don't want to me? That's like, you don't want to see me win. But I can, every time you post, I'm hearting something, and then on you'll show up, because we know on social media they let you know what the activity has been. So it shows when you look at it, you take the time to look at it, but yet you won't heart it. How is it that? And then I'll come up and I'll show up and I'll spend coins. I'll spend my coins on social media. You'll come up on mine and you won't spend nothing. Like, you just watch the signs. You just gotta watch people action, and they'll tell you exactly where they at with you. And it doesn't always be the outcome that you prayed for, the outcome that you wanted, or the outcome that you expected. And that's another thing. My biggest expectations is on God and what his word say. Yeah. What his word say right here. That's my biggest expectation. Because anything that's in this word, he says it himself, that his word will not come back to him void. People, we fail each other all the time. I fail people too, but for the most part, that's, like, I'm gonna have that too. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have a friend that is going to, and not just a friend. I'm gonna have a man, that before we get married, that, like he's going to want me for his woman. I remember I was telling the man that I was, like in love with, that, I didn't want to be his girlfriend. I wanted to be his wife. And that right there, like, yeah, you need to be friends. You need to be friends with that person. You need to be friends with that person. You need to be friends. So, the person want to court you. Yeah, I'm going to be your girlfriend, be your woman. But, yeah, I'm going to have somebody that'll like value me and be considerate. I'm going to have that. I know I am, because I know that's what I will give to a person. I'm not going to accept that no more, where a person will give me, if you're not investing your time in me, I'm not going to be with you, because I know that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I want. Like, and I'm going to get what I want, because it says in the word that the Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. God knows what I want, but I had to, like, if your cup is full, God can't fill it up. So if you asking him for that someone, fellas, y'all men, um, you asking God to send you a woman. If you still got attachment with somebody from your past, that woman can't come in, man, because your life is already filled with somebody else. It's like saying, like, if somebody asks you, would you like something to drink? But yet you still got a full glass of whatever is in your cup. Like if you at the restaurant, and so what had happened is the waitress or the waiter will come and say, would you like for me, when they see that you haven't touched the drink that's in your cup, and they'll say, would you like for me to refresh the cup up? Or did you not, was the coffee okay? Was the tea okay? I noticed that you didn't drink anything, and it's just sitting there because you asked for something, but yet you ain't doing nothing with it. You know, like, and then when you get that person in your life, appreciate them. Don't take them for granted. Don't take the person for granted. Don't take the person for granted. If you ain't ready, then don't do it. Don't do it. And that's just where I'm at. But like I told y'all, like I was gonna go back home when my lease ended, and just a lot of things have happened even since my last video, and I talked about that. I'm not gonna go home, because it's like, why should I go home? That is where God delivered me from so much pain and so much misery and so much loss. Like even with the relationship that I was in all by myself. And I had to admit that I was in a relationship all by myself. Not saying that he didn't show me love, but he didn't give me enough to where um it wasn't enough. I was not fulfilled. And I was actually like, just asking God to like help him to be ready, help him to see me how he sees me, like how God sees me. And I think he sees me. He knows. He just, everybody don't choose you because you're choosing them. And I watched something with I put it up on one of my stories on Instagram. Rick Ross, he said that you got to learn how to take a L, man. Because winners take L's. You don't win all the time, and it's so real. And a lot of times we get so mad at God because he done allowed some things to happen in our life. But I really believe that, just like he said, the L's are necessary. You got to know how to handle them. You got to get to a place that when you catch a L, you still a winner though. I call it L, but I ain't no loser. I'm still a winner. I'm not a victim. I done been hurt, but I ain't no victim. I ain't nobody's victim. I'm an overcomer in Christ Jesus. You're an overcomer. You're an overcomer. Don't sit there. Get up. I know, like when my mama passed away, like my mom and my aunt raised me. Like both of them. I had both of them. And my uncle, because my uncle was married to my aunt, like my aunt was my mama's sister, and it was just the two of them. Today is my aunt's birthday. Happy birthday, auntie. Like I have suppressed that all day long. And it's kind of hard to like Father's Day was the other day, and then like last month was Mother's Day. But I thank God that He is so with me. Like I'm not, like tears are cleansing. So I'm just gonna let this flow. But I'm not sad. I'm not sad because I had some wonderful parents. Like my mama, my aunt, my uncle. My uncle is still living. Um, but yeah, my grandbaby, my one of my granddaughters, her birthday is the same day as mine, so her birthday is today. And my youngest daughter, that's my youngest daughter, her one of her children, her daughter, Aviana, I call her Little Ma. My baby, her birthday was today. She turned 5, and my daughter, I woke up to her texting me and sending me pictures of her birthday stuff. Then she graduated from pre-K. What was that, Friday? Friday last week, and she called me on the video, and like let me be a part of it. Was on the video while she was having her ceremony. So and that relationship hasn't always been the way that it is. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that. God is really good to me. It's just that I was so broken to where He had to get me by myself so that He could heal me. It's like I was like just the walking dead, just so full of hurt, and it has to come out. It's got to come out, whether it come out in tears. It's, like I've had therapy. I used to do therapy 2 times a week. Now I do therapy once a week with a therapist. And I see a psychiatrist like once every 4 months, talking. Man, I used to be on so much medication. I'm telling you, God has really healed me. And, it's just really blessing me. And I just praise God. If you knew me, like to be able to sit here and be by myself or be with myself and, like my dog, like getting rid of my dog was like a challenge because for real, it was like I was just holding on to her because I didn't want to be by myself. And God knew that. And so He told me, like, I want you to sell her. And then I was thinking like that I was going to be with the person that I was with, like thinking that, like we're going to get married. And they don't believe in like dogs being in a house and stuff like that. So I was like, I had her since she was a baby, since she was like 6 weeks old. Like when I sold her, she was 7 months old. She wasn't going to know nothing about being outside. So I knew I couldn't keep her. I wasn't going to, like keep her and then be like, when we move in together, like, so I thought, and got married, you make her outside dog. She wasn't going to know nothing about that. Like that's being cruel. So I was like, I'm going to get rid of her. And then not just that, a lot of stuff was happening where it's like, that's an extra bill. It's an extra bill. And I just was like, this is not the time for it. And I need to be able to be just with myself, not no dog, not no pet, no type of animal, no type of pet, nothing that'll distract me from me. And so I was like, okay. And I just was like, the fear was trying to come, anxiety. You're going to be by yourself. You're going to be by yourself. And I told the Lord, I said, you know what? All I ask is that you give me grace, because I know if I have His grace, I can do it. And give me your peace and your strength, because his strength is made perfect in our weakness. When I'm weak, I'm strong because it's His strength. And He gives me His grace. God gives you His grace, you can do anything. And He give you peace. He give you peace. His peace surpasses all understanding. You'll be able to handle things that would normally make you lose your mind, you know. And I've been able to, like, like the family that has her, you know, and they're like financially stable, like, oh, like they straight. Praise God. So they're taking good care of her. They're taking good care of her. And the man's wife, he was telling me, like, Callie follows his wife around a lot. So I'm like, yeah, it's she, like I was all she knew. Her mom. She just, being around a woman. Um, but she's good. She's good. And when the time comes, I'll get me, like I'll get me a dog. I'll get me a dog when the time is right. Right now, it's just, just like me and God. It's just me and God. It's me and the Lord. It's me. Like me loving on me. It's me. Like it's me, myself, and I. Loving on me, taking care of me, nurturing me, instead of me always nurturing other people, and not like just making, like just worshiping people, worshiping my family members, worshiping my children, worshiping my grandchildren, worshiping my man who I'm in love with, worshiping my friends. No, stop being so clingy. Always want to call somebody, always want to talk to somebody. Enjoy yourself, because like for real, when you get into relationships and you start getting married, like it's not just you by yourself no more. And then you got to be considerate when you got this other person attached to you, especially a marriage. You're, the two become one. You the person want to get married to you and then you still want to act like you're single. That's not fair. So it's like, enjoy this stuff, and don't hate people when they decide that you're not the person that they want. It's okay. And I had to, man, like I would get so like offended, and it's like then you become bitter and you got unforgiveness, and but your mouth is saying one thing, but the heart doing something else, and it's coming out in your actions. Don't get yourself attached to when a person makes a decision to be like, maybe they thought you were what they wanted, and then they change their mind, because life can change like that. Some people can change their mind like that. You know, don't hold it against them. Like, I'm not saying that I don't love that person no more. I love them very much. Yes, you don't. If you in love with somebody, just because y'all not gonna be together, man, that love ain't went nowhere. It hasn't gone anywhere. You're just not. You're not acting on it in a way where like you're not acting on it. I can't say like you're not acting on it, because you still love the person. Um, you're just not, you're not present, in their life. You're not doing things like buying gifts and things like that. I don't think that's a good idea. Like I used to do that before. Like we wouldn't even be speaking and I would be buying gifts. That's my love language. And I'd be buying gifts and, like, or, like he'll get mad at me and won't even talk to me. Like he, that issue with communication. So he shut down, like that's his thing, like shutting down. And I couldn't, like, it was just too much for me. Like, I used to have that, like abandonment and rejection from, a parent, to where they would shut down, and go in their room and don't come back, like my mother would do that, before my mother had gotten saved, so it's like, I would always say, I'm never gonna be like that. Or I used to get beat really, really bad, and I used to always say, and I would tell my mother, I'm when I have kids, I'm never gonna be like you. I'm not gonna beat my kids like how you beat me. I'm not gonna do my kids like like. So those were triggers for me. Triggers for me, for a person to not want to talk to me. So then I would be like, I'm toxic. Oh, you ain't gonna talk to me? I'm gonna make you talk to me. I'm gonna do whatever I can to get you to talk to me. Like, and that's toxic. But that's all I knew, and I had to unlearn it. I had to unlearn it. And I'm still unlearning it. But the biggest thing is that you got to let it go. Like when people want to leave, you got to let them go, man. You can't hold on to them. And they've been gone for 20 years. Like, I'm not getting ready to be one of them people where somebody done left me in 20 years. I'm still in my mind, in my heart, in my soul, in my spirit. I'm still carrying this person around. And guess what? I'll never be able to be with nobody else. Because you still feel up with that person. And that person being gone. And they living their best life. And you stuck. That's what happens, man. If you ain't careful. Yeah, you gotta let go. You gotta let go. You can't be holding on to that thing. You know, you gotta let go. When they walk off, they say they gone, or they show you, don't keep letting people just shut you, just like they just every little thing they shutting. That to me, that I can't do it. I can't do it. I used to do it, man. It used to drive me crazy. I'm not letting nobody drive me crazy. I don't let nobody drive me crazy. Don't let nobody drive you crazy. Don't let, because you got something to do with it. You got something to do with it. You have something to do with it. You got to love yourself enough. I love yourself enough. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I'll come up with I don't know what to call this video. I'm gonna come up with a name. Let's see. Yeah, I'm learning to I think 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes is good for a video until I can have a live. I think you gotta have 1,000 subscribers. So hey, like if you know somebody that like is growing through some things like me, and you think maybe what I've been talking about will help this person, share the video. Share the video. Please like it. And if you're not subscribing, please subscribe, and, come on back. And I'm going to do my best to every day put out some content every day, because I have to do it. I have to upload videos until, like they allow me to do the live once again. I think you got to have 1,000 subscribers, or I forgot how many hours where someone have watched your videos. But it's okay. So we're gonna get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm believing that. I'm believing that. So yeah, and I thought I was gonna be able to like vlog on the new job, but they say no. Cause you know me, I was ready for we can't do it. No, they don't want. They was like, if they look on the if the dispatcher look on the cameras and see us pulling out our phones, they was like, you get like points for like things like being late, calling out, and it's like short notice, and not showing up, and being on your phone while you're on post, and while you're at work, you're on post. Even if we're on our break, like we gotta walk off the premises of the, wherever we, like it's an event that we're doing for security, we gotta walk off, like get off the grounds in order to be on our phone. So I'm like, like I'm not here to sacrifice that. So won't be doing any vlogging and taking any pictures, because like it be, like famous people around. So it's like, I can't do that. So I don't know. Maybe I like start, like do a vlog one day, and vlog right before I get to work. Like I ask some of my coworkers, do they mind, like, me vlogging with them, and maybe even get them to introduce themselves and ask them how they like the job or something like that. So that'll be something. That'll be something. And that's about it. Cause it's like, what time is it? I started late tonight. Oh. 11:11. It's 11:11. So, and I'm doing it part time, like I was saying. So, I got an event to do. Um, and now I'm working Saturday with them, and it might be Friday as well. So now I'm just like working from home, and I think until Friday. Yeah. So I think do I have any? I don't think that I have any Zoom calls in the morning. So I might be staying up late. I think I might go I've been wanting to make me a, and this sounds crazy because what's stopping me? A smoothie. But it's like, if you know me, like I like to do things where it's like I want it pretty, and I done got my kitchen clean. So it's like, oh, do I want to go do this smoothie and then have all this stuff in the sink from the strawberries and the bananas? I got some. I got pineapple, but I already have bananas and strawberries frozen. I got pineapple. I got mango. I have watermelon. I got quite a bit of fruit. I have oranges, navels, grapefruit. Yeah, so but I think I'm gonna have me a cup of coffee. This weather is so crazy, y'all. It's so crazy. Yes. We had summer for like 2 weeks, and baby, I promise you, been having to have stuff on like this. Yeah. But like here, like a lot of apartments and stuff don't have air conditioning because it doesn't stay hot here for a long period of time. So they don't have air conditioning in a lot of the apartments. And so most people just do stuff like this. Buy fans or those little air conditioners that you put cold water in them or something like that. You put water in them and oh man, yeah. They just freeze the room up. I think if I stay here, because I have been trying to break my lease early to leave earlier than September, and they want 2 months rent for it. And that's like almost $4,000. That's the down payment on a car right there to me, and it is a car. So, and I gotta get a car. So y'all keep me in your prayers. I enjoy talking with y'all. Y'all have a wonderful evening. God bless you. Have a blessed and beautiful week. And I love y'all. Good night.